Okay, so this is Block 2, Persepolis Socratic Seminar Group Number 2. Christian is the moderator, and the timer has started. You can go whenever you're ready.
So when the book started, what were your first ideas and thoughts of how it showed the Islamic Revolution, and what were Marge's viewpoints?
Can you explain that more?
So I want to know just, how did you feel mostly about how the book started off?
Oh.
Like, did you feel any sort of anger?
I felt like
confusion?
in the beginning of the book, like it made like Muslims and stuff come off like really mean, real, controlling, evil kind of people. Like, you know how she said that she felt like where she's from was misunderstood, and like people didn't really know how they really were and stuff. I felt like that's how it felt like also the Muslims in the book also like they came off as something that they're not all of them were, and they just came off to seem like really bad people, which not all everyone is. They're all.
Does anyone else have any input?
I think like in the very beginning in the veil, it shows that I felt like when the Islamic Revolution started, that they had to like when they wore the veil, they had to hide away who they really were, and like it took away their freedom of being like what they want to be and who they can be.
I think that I agree with Denise, and I think that shows in the first page, like the second picture, when it's just all these girls in the veils, and they all like they don't look the same, but like they all like they're kind of all sad and just like you can't really tell who's who. And it said that she got cropped off, like out, and it's saying like I think that's symbolism for like not being like their own person, having to blend in.
But then what about Margie's dream of being a prophet, and how she described it in the first view? Within the last fourth page, I wanted to be justice, love, and the wrath of God all in one. On the page 9 on the left panel. How would you explain that? Do you think she was for the Islamic Revolution, or do you think she was thinking in a different way than what she wants to do?
What do you mean by for the revolution?
Like how she was doing and how she was believing herself as a prophet was following the same lines as the Islamic Revolution. So would you call Margie a hypocrite, or would you call her beliefs different than what you think?
I don't think she was following like the revolution. I think she was more like I want to do all these things, but like be better than what's happening now.
Yeah, I agree with Erica. I feel like she just wants to help people, so she wants to be God.
Yeah, and in the picture, even though she said the wrath of God, she also said justice and love, and the Islamic Revolution and stuff, they weren't for justice and love and all that.
So, what about when she was talking to her father about how the Shah came to power? Do you think what her father did was correct in telling her what the actual facts were, or do you think her father should have allowed her to have had her dream?
I think her father was, he was correct. Well, like, I wouldn't like say correct or incorrect. I feel like he was doing what he thought was best because he wanted to educate her so she knew what was going on, what she was talking about, because she had a lot of questions and what was going on was also affecting her, and she had a lot of questions. She was curious about a lot of the stuff going on. So it was good that he let her like fill her in on what's going on so she wouldn't get lost.
So according to Margie, how was the king chosen?
By God
Yes,
and the teacher.
but what was her rationale?
She read it from a book, and God told her and the teacher. Yeah.
Her teacher, her class, or just like the curriculum, and then also God himself apparently said he chose her, or chose the Shah for it.
But as the Shah was overthrown, how did things change, and how was her reaction to it? Do you think it was accounted for, or do you think it was unfair for her?
Well, her parents did tell her that it really didn't, like, some of the stuff that was going on didn't have anything to do with God, you know? Like, I'm not sure what exact page it was, but when she was telling her parents, like, oh, this was a choice of God, and they were like, no, it's not, it wasn't like, this wasn't, had nothing to do with God. So she was like, when her when her parents kind of proved her wrong, like when they did get overthrown, I think that's what she kind of felt like this thing with God.
Does anyone have anything else to input? No? Then let's move on to, what about the Shah himself? Do you think he was a good ruler? Do you think he would have been, he would have done good if he focused on it? Or do you think he was a incorrect ruler who really couldn't do much?
I feel like
Go ahead.
I feel like it was an incorrect ruler because during, I don't know what page it was on, but then it said he was responsible for a massacre of 400 people in the movie theater where he burned down people inside.
What was the attempt for democracy? Do you think that was a good attempt, or do you think he was just doing it for the popularity?
For popularity. Because he wanted people to like him because they were already demonstrating against him, so he wanted to stay in power, so that's why he did it.
So as the Shah fell under power, everyone celebrated and such, but after that, do you think anything good came from it?
After he was kicked out.
Because they were introduced to 3 other characters. 2 of her family members and Anush.
Anush was
The other two were friends of
Oh yeah.
what page was that on?
Kira.
What's the question?
So I want to ask, was it good that she met these 3 people? Because when she met them, she learned of how they were treated within prisons and such. Do you think that would have been a good experience for a child to learn, or do you think that was called for as how she was involved within the story? And
It was good and bad because, like, even her parents were in shock that everyone in prison was tortured, and they couldn't spare her like she said, they didn't spare her the experience, and so she had to live through the horror, or just listening to it. But she learned that, like, eventually I realized that she thought a hero would have been someone who had gone to the prison and was tortured, like her uncle, and she looked up to him and cared a lot about him, and cared a lot about what he had to say in the stories.
so is there any more input on that? Or do you think that's all we need to learn about Anush and the 2 friends of the family?
Does anybody else have anything to say about it?
You guys are at the 2-minute warning.
Alright, then, what was her relation with her maid and how she tried to help her?
Well, in the beginning of the book, she said that she was saying that she wanted to become a prophet. She said that she wanted to become a prophet because her maid didn't eat with them. I think she felt kind of bad, like because of her lower place in the work, like how she was working lower and beneath them. That she felt like it wasn't fair that she didn't eat with them because she worked below them doesn't mean like she is less of a person than them. And she felt like she kind of wanted like her to be equal to them. Just because she's their maid doesn't mean she's not equal with every person to the rest of them.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Honey because I feel like she treats her maid like an older sister and she treats her like a younger sister. And she thought it wasn't fair because during the story, her maid she fell in love with a neighbor and then they couldn't get married because they were different social classes.
What with the letters and how her father reacted to it? Do you think her father was a hypocrite, or do you think her father was following certain actions because of how the life was back then?
I feel like he was following certain actions because even if he allowed it, there was no way they could get married. So it would be worse for her to keep falling in love with him than to just break it up.
Like I agree with you. I think that it didn't really matter if he supported it or not because at the end of the day he knew that wasn't gonna happen, that wasn't gonna work out, that wasn't gonna happen.
I agree also because he just broke up with her the moment he realized that she was married. Anyway.
So what was Marchie's reaction to the breakup?
She felt, she was really angry. She just didn't get, like, why 2 people that liked each other, why they can be together just because they're social class. She didn't think it was fair. That's why she, like, yelled at her dad and was like, are you for or against the social classes?
I felt like, I agree with her, I felt like she was really young and like, she didn't have, her mindset wasn't developed to how the older people were seeing things. And from her eyes, like, she's a kid, so she just thinks everyone's equal, and if two people love each other, they should be able to be together. And she didn't understand why her parents cared about, like, you know, social classes or looks or wealthiness and stuff like that.
All right. Go right ahead, and then you'll be the last one.
Okay, I think she just wanted everybody to be equal, and like on page 37, she said, but is it her fault that she was born where she was born? So I think that she's saying that it's not her fault that she was born in the lower social class and she can't marry or be with who she wants to be with because they're at a higher social class.
So, or, do you have anything to say?
Okay, you guys, I'm going to close this out, and I'll post it on